One morning, the wind shut a door and the key was inside. The words are easy and the story is slow. Listen for what Rhian built outside. Out we go. At 8 o'clock, the wind pushed the front door shut. Click. Rhian stood outside in the garden. Her key was inside on the kitchen table. The spare key was inside too. A spare key is a second key for bad days. Hers lay in a drawer behind that closed door. Rhian phoned the locksmith. A locksmith works with locks and keys. He lived in the next town. "This evening," he said, 6 o'clock, not before. Before guests were coming at 2 o'clock. Rhian looked at the door once. Then she turned to the garden. She did not wait. She walked to the shed. The shed stood at the end of the garden. A shed is a small wooden building for tools. Rhian opened its door wide. The morning sun was low and bright on the grass. The wind had locked her out. To lock someone out means to shut a door so that a person cannot get inside. "Fine," Rhian said to the garden. "Then today happens out here." She carried things onto the grass one by one. 2 buckets, a big pot, 3 warm blankets, a little metal stove painted green. She put everything in a neat line. The garden began to change. A low stone wall ran along the south side of the garden. A stone wall is a wall made of gray stones. Its top was wide and flat, like a long table. Rhian filled a bucket at the garden tap. She washed the top of the wall. She laid a white cloth over the stones. Now the wall was a table for lunch. She spread the blankets on the grass. She set the little green stove on 2 flat stones away from the wind. It was a small camping stove. You can carry it and cook on it outside. At 12 o'clock, the garden was ready. The guests were not here yet. Let's stop for 4 phrases. 1. To lock someone out. It means to shut a door so that a person cannot get inside. This morning, the wind locked Rhian out. 2. A spare key. A spare key is a second key for bad days. Rhian's spare key lies in a drawer inside the house. 3. A shed. A shed is a small wooden building in a garden for tools. Rhian's shed was full of useful things. 4. A stone wall. A stone wall is a wall made of gray stones, one on another. In this garden, it is now a lunch table. Now, back to the gardens. At 1 o'clock, Rhian cooked vegetable soup on the small camping stove. The pot steamed in the open air. She cut bread and laid lunch along the stone wall. Plates, cups, yellow apples. At 2 o'clock, a green car stopped by the gate. 4 guests got out. Sam came first, a tall man in a yellow sweater. Then came Lee in a red jacket with a quiet young couple behind her. "The wind locked me out this morning," Rhian said. "The door opens at 6. Lunch is ready out here." Sam looked at the long wall and smiled. And nobody was angry and nobody hurried. Lunch was good and the sun was warm. After lunch, Sam gave Rhian a hand with the water. To give someone a hand means to help someone with a job. He carried 2 full buckets from the tap, one in each hand. Rhian gave Lee a basket from the shed. A basket is a light, open box for carrying things. Lee filled it with apples from the old tree. The young couple lay on the blankets and slept in the sun. The garden now held a kitchen, a long table and beds. At 5 o'clock, the light turned soft and gold. Rhian boiled water for tea on the small camping stove. She put the cups on a tray. A tray is a flat board for carrying cups and plates. Sam carried a second tray with bread and cheese. They ate again, slowly, at the stone wall. Lee put her basket of apples in the middle like flowers. Nobody asked about the locked door. There was no reason to ask. Everything they needed stood here, on the grass, in the evening sun. At 6 o'clock, a white van came up the hill. The locksmith opened the front door in 2 minutes. He waved and drove away down the hill. The door stood open. The hall inside was dark and cool. On the kitchen table, the key lay where she left it. The spare key slept in its drawer. Nobody went in. Sam poured more tea. Lee cut the last apple into 4 pieces. The young couple pulled a blanket over their feet. Rhian looked at the open door for a long moment. Then she put more water on the stove and sat down on the wall. 4 more phrases from the story. 1. A small camping stove. It is a little metal stove that you can carry and cook on outside. Rhian cooked soup and tea on it all day. 2. A tray. A tray is a flat board for carrying cups and plates. The tea went along the wall on 2 trays. 3. A basket. A basket is a light, open box for carrying things. Lee filled a basket with apples from the tree. 4. To give someone a hand. It means to help someone with a job. Sam gave Rhian a hand with the heavy buckets. Say each phrase out loud, 1 time now. Let's count what came out of the shed. Buckets, a pot, blankets, a small camping stove, and later in the day a basket. 5 things from 1 small shed. With them, Rhian made a kitchen, a long table, and a bed in the sun. Now 2 things to think about. Where was the spare key all day long? And the door stood open at 6 o'clock, so why did nobody go inside? Answer in English, in your own words. The door is open. The garden is still full. Do 1 more listen before you go. This time, follow only the things and the 2 phrases. A spare key, a shed, a stone wall, a small camping stove, a tray, a basket, and to lock someone out and to give someone a hand. Say each one after me in your own voice. Put the subtitles on if that helps you. More easy stories are waiting in the list. Take the next one whenever you like.